Alright, we're gonna go ahead and get into the two trades that I took today, totaling me about a $2,500 profit in just like 30 minutes of the morning, which is actually insane. I mean, I was done so quick today. So the first trade was a play on gold weakness. This has been going crazy recently, aiming for all-time highs, but there was such a big pullback over the weekend. All this sell-off ended up hitting this zone, this low that previously had. You can tell it almost looks like it want to go lower. And it was building this consolidation, and I was just waiting. So the market opened. I was just waiting for this to go lower. Eventually did, closed below these lows, looking like it wants to go lower, and that's eventually when I got into a position right around this area. It took profit once it started bleeding. I didn't take advantage of this whole trade. I left a lot on the table for sure, but it's still a pretty good trade for me. I mean, I was pretty heavy on this. It looked really weak and ended up working out for me. So I'll show you guys the live footage of it now. So when I started this recording, I was already in 3 contracts. I want to say 3 minis to the downside. So I've been on this moving down, and you can see it actually ends up pulling against me here. It's down about $1,000 up here at this high, but I ended up adding one more contract, so totaling 4 minis. Been on the downside here, and just created some consolidation. That's what happens in the mornings though, right? Consolidation isn't a bad thing. It's actually better because that way, once we break that consolidation, it's going to be an even bigger move for us. So still a lot of back and forth, and eventually you'll see once this breaks down here, it starts to get shut down pretty quick. So I had these two levels set up, and they're just supply and resistance zones that I created on the daily chart. So I'm just betting on since we consolidated so hard under this one. Um, I'm looking bearish. You can see how we just rejected, and I'm betting on going to this next level here. But I take profit beforehand, and I'll show you guys what I mean. Actually, this just gets hammered down so quickly, and it ends up hitting my take profit. I mean, just look how insanely weak that is. What a crazy sell-off. It's just so you guys can see the actual execution. So this is initially when I started the video recording, was when I got into the 3 contracts at the downside. This is when I added when it was against me, but down about $1,000 here, it looks like, if I remember right. And then once it started selling off at the lows is when I took profit. And I accidentally, so I had 4 contracts in total. I accidentally um, bought more than I had and ended up filling me on a long position um, after it took profit. And so I had to get out for a little bit of a loss here, but still netted me this trade alone netted me close to $2,000. I want to say like 1,800. And I left so much on the table, but I am happy with the amount of profit I made. So, and now for the second trade, I was betting on longs for Bitcoin. So you can kind of see on the daily chart here, we're building a range, right? It almost looks like a bull flag, like this wants to go higher. So I'm betting on the longs, and there's this little tight range that we've been ranging in. This hammer candle looking super bullish on the daily chart. And in the 5 minute, this was looking like it wanted to break these highs, right? And we're bullish, but we just got to wait for a pullback. So we waited for a little bit pullback once it tested these highs and got in around here and essentially just wanted to play this momentum. We knew that once this high was broken, there would be a push up higher, some momentum pushing this higher, and we'd look to take profit during that momentum. And we took profit around $7,800, I want to say, but I'll show you guys the live recordings. This is me really just breaking down what I saw beforehand, but we're going to go ahead and show you guys the live recordings now. Let's see here, make it full screen. So this trade was a little weird. I ended up taking this on both my Topstep and my Tradeify 500 accounts. I wanted this just for Topstep, but I wasn't allowed to take on that much risk as much as I wanted to because I really liked this play. I added more risk on my Tradeify accounts, and I'll show you guys that here. So this is my Topstep. It wasn't the maximum I was able to take on my Topstep was 2 micros. So I eventually ended up seeing, you can see I got in on a pullback. I was really happy with this entry, just risking off this low here. If this really is bullish, it's not going to make a lower low or break this low here. That was my bet, and it ended up working out for me. So you can see I even took this on my Tradeify account as well, just to add on more risk. And eventually, once it broke this high, actually took profit. Barely scanned the original level I wanted. Started to pull back a little bit, but I already took it beforehand just because this count's already up. I mean, like 17, 1800 before this trade. So 2,000 is more than enough. I don't want to fuck up my consistency rules. I ended up just taking it here and then let my top step accounts just play out. Eventually you can just see that this slowly but surely ends up hitting my level, going up towards it again, and I take profit here. So the real reason I wanted to take more risk on my top step, I really wish I could have taken a bigger position, was just because I want this to finally hit profit or break even. You can see I've kind of just been still in the red on this account technically, but I couldn't, so I decided to take more on my Tradeify, and thankfully it went in my favor, and I was able to lock in more profit in the end. But yeah, I mean that was my two trades for today. Market was overall bullish, which definitely helped with this last Bitcoin trade. But yeah, those were my two trades. I mean, it's been a lot going on in the markets, with Iran and Israel, and that has a lot of effect on oil. So I've been playing with like oil a lot, CL oil futures. It's been pretty good recently. Let me know if you guys want to see more stuff like this again. Comment down below if you guys have any suggestions. Leave a like. I got more videos. I'm gonna start pushing these out. I know I've been saying that, but I'm gonna keep trying to push these out. So leave a like, subscribe, comment down below, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.